My name is Kyle Kozlowski. I'm 26. I live in the South Loop of Chicago, Illinois, in the U.S.
My name's Jordan. I'm 31 years old.
Me and Jordan actually own two companies together. A design landscaping company, so like no mowing, it's like retaining walls, patios. Then a heating and cooling company called EcoTemp HVAC. And then I also own a digital marketing agency. And yeah, I mean, at 26, I was losing so much hair that I just felt like I needed this, because every morning I would wake up and when I'm brushing my teeth in the mirror, I'd look at myself and I'd see that I'm losing hair in front. And just at the start of my day, I would literally just start having like a little bit of anxiety, maybe a little bit of depression, stuff like that, just because of the way I looked. So found Smile Hair Clinic, and honestly, the experience has been completely awesome. Like one of my friends got his hair transplant done at Restore in Chicago, and he told me about the process. They wanted to get 1,300 grafts in, paid $11,000. They just kind of booted them out, and then had like a checkup the day after, or 2 days later, and that was it. Over here, they give you like a whole goodie bag. They give you stuff to put on your head. They give you a neck pillow. They give you all this stuff. It just seems like you're in a spa almost when you're here. It was honestly just awesome. And like we were both actually a little hesitant about coming to a foreign country just to get like basically 8,000 holes in our head. And honestly, like I would do it again, no problem. It was so much better than I thought it was gonna be. So easy, so nice, so overall pleasant.
I started noticing some hair loss about 4 years ago, and it was pretty rapid. It just happened, and all of a sudden I'm losing hair. I talked to Kyle here, and we were both kind of going through the same thing. We were looking at options. I was real hesitant at first, going to a different company, followed up with reviews, looked at pictures, and the Smile Hair Clinic really made sense. There was a lot of good reviews, a lot of good photos. We called the doctors, and the nurses were very responsive, even through social media, through apps, texting. They got back to us really quick, which I thought was nice. I really wasn't expecting that much of a good response or interaction with the doctors here, so that was really good. Then we finally pulled the trigger, and we decided to come out here, and we kind of turned it into like a half vacation kind of, then part, on the way out, we're gonna get some new hair, come back, and it went really well. I'm really happy with the whole experience. Doctors were really nice. Everyone was very gentle, that nothing hurt. Overall, great process. Where they took care of us the whole way. I mean, they made sure we got to and from where we needed to be safely. The hotel, the accommodations were really nice. So,
really nice.
Yeah, overall, really, really good experience here. I hope I don't have to do it again, just because I like my hair, I want to keep it. But if I did, this is where I would go.
If you have not been come together, would you come to Turkey for hair transplant on your own?
I'd come on my own.
I probably would too, but it's so much better when it's together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got.
I would come by myself. It's just like a little luxury vacation. I mean, you have a nice hotel, just walk around, sightsee, meet new people here.
We do see a lot of people doing it by themselves. We let a lot of people from England and other countries, some guys from Canada, that just came by themselves. And, they said very similar things, that, it was a nice process. So I wouldn't be nervous to do it again by myself.
Do you have an idea about the reason of your hair loss?
I think it's a lot of coffee, stress. These past 3 years of business have been pretty stressful for me, just because we're going through a lot, trying to automate a lot of things and trying to, just build a company. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Maybe smoking too. I took on, vaping instead of cigarettes, and I don't know if that has something to do with it, but it was about 3 years ago that I started drinking a lot of coffee, been a lot more stressed, and then also been vaping a lot more. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And possibly hereditary too. My dad lost some hair in the very similar areas that I had it going, kind of where you see like right here was starting to lose, and then the crown.
And he used to smoke like a pack of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
The vaping, I don't think it really affects it, but the cigarettes from back then, I'm sure they caught up.
Yeah, that didn't help for sure.
And energy drinks. Mine was hereditary too. My dad actually got not the FUE, the one that we got, but he got the one where like they take a strip out the back of your head. You gotta forget what it's called. But then they put it in there, and honestly, that one didn't work out too well for him. He got it in the US, and he still looks like he's balding. But my grandpa completely lost the whole top of his head. That's pretty much where I got mine done in. Yeah, it's genes and just bad habits. I'd say, and stress, a lot of stress.
How was your hairline design with our doctor? Did it satisfy your expectations?
Yeah, definitely. So he drew mine in, you know, like as I wanted. And then I told him, I was like, I kind of want a little more hair like on the sides here, just so it doesn't look like, you know, I'm receding that much. He's like, you know what, the way we have it, it will look good, but if you want this, you know, we'll put it on there for you. And he did. So it was nice.
Same. I thought he took a lot of time at it. He didn't like just come through and draw a line and like do this. I'm like, oh yeah, looks good. Like he actually sat there like an artist, kind of like moved my head, drew a line down to my nose, and made sure things were symmetrical. And at first I was kind of, I was worried about the hairline because I always had this strong widow's peak, you know, like where it was just real strong. And I asked him, I said, I didn't really know if I wanted it straight, like, is it gonna work out that way? And he made real good recommendations and took his time. That was the biggest thing. Like he sat there, I think with me for maybe 15, 20 minutes and was just moving my head and making sure and this and that, and then put me in front of the mirror and then drew the line. I kind of did a similar thing to Kyle where I was like, hey, you know what, this side doesn't look, you know, that even or whatever it was. Really it was just the way I was sitting, but yeah, we made it nice and straight. And then looking at it this morning, I'm really happy with the hairline, and I think it's going to turn out great. So,
how did your family and friends react to your decision to have a hair transplant?
I didn't tell anyone except my girlfriend, so not for any reason other than, and I just kind of wanted to keep everyone at ease. You know, I guess most of my close family at ease. My friends and stuff, I told them, I sent them pictures and stuff like, hey man, I'm finally getting hair, you know. But like my mom and like my grandma, I didn't want to tell them because I know they'd just be really nervous for me, you know, it's like, oh, because they don't, you know, they had done the research, and I sent her a picture first of me by one of the mosques. She's like, oh my God, that's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I also got a hair transplant. And she did exactly what I thought. Which step, what are you doing? Call me. But she's pretty happy I did it, so.
Do you recommend us to other people?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I would recommend Smile Hair Clinic to pretty much anyone that wants to get a hair transplant. I'd also recommend leaving the US and coming here to do it specifically, just because I had a consultation with some of the guys in the US, and they kind of just wanted to make it really quick, just get you out, you know what I mean? That's kind of what my buddies said that went to, you know, a company in the US. And over here, I felt like we got like a lot of like really caring treatments. They spent a lot of time explaining stuff, and they all spoke like great English too. Like, you know, some people didn't speak English, it was, you know, but all the doctors, all the nurses, everyone that's actually performing stuff in your head, they all spoke great English, completely understandable. Yeah, just overall really knowledgeable. He spent like 10 minutes explaining to me why the line should be like this instead of just like this. Like it was great. I would recommend.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend going to Smile Clinic here in Turkey. The Turkey itself is just a beautiful place. There's so much to do here, and it's so massive and just so beautiful that there's just a lot to offer. Plus, you come out here and everyone's really professional, you know, between the Hair Smile Clinic, just kind of like Kyle was saying, it's the people are nice, speak great English, you can communicate with everyone. I'm really happy I did it, and I would recommend it to anyone from US, Canada, really anywhere to come here and get it done. I thought it was a great experience.
And another reason I think you should actually come to Turkey to get your hair transplant is because chances are a lot of people haven't been here. Super awesome to explore. And like you get a vacation before like a surgical procedure. You get like decompressed for a little bit, get the surgery done, relax for another day or two, and then fly back, or you know, stay longer, whatever.
And they got sweet Mercedes limos that bring in, so yeah, cool lights and everything. So
transportation.
Yep.
Follow the true transformation.